Hello everybody and welcome to Film Streak. In this video, we'll be listing the best guest stars that ever appeared on The Simpsons.
Well, sir, if that's corny, then corn me up.
At number 10, we have Martin Sheen as Sergeant Seymour Skinner. The real Seymour Skinner, who was captured in Vietnam and sold to a Chinese shoe company. Upon release, he discovered that one of his soldiers, Armin Tamzarian, had taken his identity as principal of Springfield Elementary. Apocalypse Now and The West Wing star Martin Sheen gives this Seymour Skinner an air of respectability, which is why it's especially hilarious when the citizens of Springfield vote to ship him out of town on a train. Everything goes back to normal when Judge Snyder makes it illegal to mention the name Tamzarian under penalty of torture.
So for the past 26 years, I've dedicated myself to living out your dream.
I didn't dream anything about an aqua suit or a lavender shirt.
At number 9, we have Peter Frampton as himself. In the season 7 episode Homerpalooza, in which Homer attends a music festival called Hullabalooza, a lot of musical artists play themselves. The Smashing Pumpkins, Cypress Hill, Sonic Youth. But it's Peter Frampton who stands out as the funniest because he plays himself as the old guy among all these young new artists. For example, he catches Sonic Youth stealing food out of his cooler marked property of Peter Frampton and yells, "Get out of here, you kids!" Sonic Youth's Thurston Moore says, "Oh come on, Mr. Frampton, you're not gonna eat all that watermelon." Definitely one of the best guest stars that ever appeared in The Simpsons, and we hope to see him in another episode.
Do you feel like we do, Springfield? Yeah!
At number 8, we have Mandy Patinkin as Hugh Parkfield. Princess Bride and Homeland star Mandy Patinkin voices Hugh Parkfield, Lisa's future fiancé. When Lisa runs into a fortune teller, she receives a vision of her future husband-to-be. At first, she's charmed by his intelligence and sophistication, but she sees the real Hugh when they return to Springfield for the wedding. Hugh does his best to accept Lisa's boorish family, but their antics are too much for his English sensibilities. He reveals to her that he plans to take her back to England after the wedding. Given the choice between her family and Hugh, Lisa chooses family.
Just a couple more blocks to my house.
At number 7, we have Mark Hamill as himself. Mark Hamill is the first person to make fun of himself and his reputation as Luke Skywalker. Just look at his Twitter feed. So he was a prime candidate to make a guest appearance on The Simpsons. From lying about having a broken leg to get carried out of a nerd rampage, to singing Luke Be a Jedi Tonight in a production of Guys and Dolls, to using a sci-fi convention appearance to promote Sprint, to telling Homer to use the forks. Every moment featuring Mark Hamill in Mayor to the Mob becomes a classic Simpsons moment. At number 6, we have Meryl Streep as Jessica Lovejoy. These days, The Simpsons will lazily set up a premise to bring in a random new character played by a flavor of the month celebrity. But back in its heyday, it would craft episodes of the show that were true to its characters and told a human story, and then cast the big star if the script called for it. And so goes season 6's Bart's Girlfriend, in which Bart becomes so infatuated by Reverend Lovejoy's daughter, Jessica, that he decides to be well behaved, only to find that she's even more evil than him. Meryl Streep plays Jessica's manipulative machinations so perfectly with her warm, innocent voice.
Under the eyes of God, to come forward, to confess and save yourself from the torment of your own personal hell.
At number 5, we have Joe Mantegna as Fat Tony. If there is illegal gambling to run, cigarettes to be smuggled, alcohol to be bootlegged, or any sort of criminal enterprise to be conducted in Springfield, Fat Tony will likely be the guy behind it. After his first appearance in the season 3 episode Bart the Murderer, Fat Tony became the writer's character of choice whenever they needed a mafia gag or an organized crime subplot. Tony is voiced by gangster movie regular Joe Mantegna, who insists on voicing Tony in any episode he appears in, even if his only line is a brief grunt. Over the years, Fat Tony has gone from a parody of pop culture gangsters to one of their most well-known members.
How did those trucks get here so fast?
In order to avoid certain legal complications, the trucks are always rolling. Now for the groundbreaking ceremony.
At number 4, we have Patrick Stewart as number 1. Homer the Great is one of the best episodes of The Simpsons. In it, Homer discovers a secret society named the Stonecutters, which he's rejected from, only to be let back in when he's found to be the chosen one. Patrick Stewart plays the head of the society, number 1, in one of his first attempts at comedy. The previously Shakespearean actor made every ridiculous sign sound even more ridiculous in his regal, distinguished British accent. Seth MacFarlane and Ricky Gervais clearly took note, as they would take the same joke even further in their own shows in later years.
You have joined the sacred order of the Stonecutters, who since ancient times have split the rocks of ignorance that obscure the light of knowledge and truth. Now let's all get drunk and play ping pong.
At number 3, we have Kelsey Grammer as Sideshow Bob. While some of the Sideshow Bob's more recent appearances have been lazy cop-outs, going through the same tired formula again and again, there's no denying that he's a great Simpsons guest character. Former Krusty's sidekick and criminal mastermind, Sideshow Bob has tried and failed to kill Bart Simpson so many times that it's become a running joke on the show. Bob has attempted inheritance fraud, tried to murder Bart on a houseboat, stole an election, held Springfield hostage with a nuclear bomb, tried to kill Krusty with Bart as a suicide bomber, become mayor of an Italian village, and more. The diabolical character even tries to offend both the Simpson family and the audience in the Simpsons ride at Universal Studios. And Kelsey Grammer plays a role so well, delivering both the quiet moments of psychotic intellect and the maniacal moments of classical villainy with the same level of gusto. He even plays the sounds Bob makes when he's hit in the face with a rake with humility. After years of praise, Grammer won an Emmy for his performance in the season 17 episode, The Italian Bob. As the show continues into its 31st season and beyond, Sideshow Bob will no doubt continue trying and failing to defeat the Simpson family once and for all. Pretty much one of the best guests on the show.
Bob, you can't kill us without a little singing, right?
A little singing. If there's one thing he did not have to genetically enhance, it's his voice.
Non più dry.
At number 2, we have Albert Brooks as Hank Scorpio. Comedian and actor Albert Brooks is one of the show's most prolific guest stars, appearing as far back as season 1. While all of his roles are memorable, none are quite as funny as Hank Scorpio, the megalomaniac CEO that hires Homer to run his nuclear power plant. Homer loves his new job and is eager to please boss, but the transition is hard on the rest of the Simpsons and he's forced to give it up, just as Scorpio takes over the eastern seaboard. There are a lot of memorable moments that you guys should check out because it's just a classic. At number 1, we have Albert Brooks as various characters. Albert Brooks has appeared on The Simpsons a few times, always credited as A. Brooks, but you wouldn't know it. Whether he's playing Homer's supervillain boss Hank Scorpio in You Only Move Twice, or the self-help guru Brad Goodman, who encourages everyone in town to act like Bart in Bart's Inner Child, Brooks always creates characters that are hilarious, memorable, and most importantly, distinctive from one another. It's always his signature hoarse voice, but he always plays a completely different character. Dr. Rothbold and Tab Spangler are worlds apart. Anyway guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. If you enjoyed, please like this video, comment something nice, and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.